Imagine a city, and in the middle of that city, there is a building. But this building doesn't look like any other building. The walls are not straight, the stairs feel strange, the windows look random. It almost feels like a building that was not designed by an architect, but grown by a tree. So here is the question. If a building like this appears in a city, what would people think? Is it art? Or is it madness? Today, the world knows this place as the Crazy House. Its real name is Hang Nga Guesthouse, and it's located in the mountain city of Dalat in Vietnam. But this is not just the story of a strange building, it's also the story of an architect who wanted to defend nature, an architect who challenged normal architecture. Her name is Dang Viet Nga. Now, let's ask an interesting question. In a one-party country like Vietnam, what happens when someone proposes a very unusual architectural idea? Is it immediately rejected? Or can different ideas still find space to exist? The story of the Crazy House gives an interesting answer.
Crazy house, Dalat Viet Nga. Crazy house, Dalat Viet Nga.
At the beginning, not everyone agreed with the project. Local authorities were careful. They discussed the safety of the building, they questioned its design, they wondered if it fit the city. But the architect didn't give up. Dang Viet Nga decided to continue the project with her own resources. Year by year, the building slowly grew. Later, the central government accepted the project and allowed it to continue. Looking back today, the story shows something important. Unusual ideas can create debate, but sometimes they still find a place to exist.
Crazy house, Dalat Viet Nga.
So, what was the architect trying to do? Why design such an unusual building? The answer comes from her view of nature. Dang Viet Nga studied architecture in Soviet Union. She studied at the Moscow Architectural Institute. At that time, architecture there was not only about beauty, it was also about social responsibility. Architects were taught to think about society. Cities were not just groups of buildings, they were places where people lived their lives. Architecture was meant to improve that life. But when she returned to Vietnam, she noticed something. Cities were filling with concrete blocks, straight walls, straight windows, straight lines, but nature doesn't work like that. In nature, straight lines are rare. And that is where the idea for the crazy house was born. Her question was simple. If nature doesn't create straight lines, why should architecture create them? When you look at the crazy house from far away, it is hard to see a normal building. It looks more like a giant tree. Walls rise like a tree trunk. Bridges stretch like branches. Rooms feel like caves. There are almost no sharp geometric shapes. Because of this, many historians connect the building to organic architecture and expressionist architecture. Dang Viet Nga once described this experience with a short sentence. She said, "In this form, you must try to free your mind. There are no rules." And when you walk inside the building, you really feel this. Because here, architecture is not something you only see, your body experiences it too. We are used to straight stairs and simple corridors, but here, the paths feel unusual. The bridges are narrow, the stairs twist and curve. The floors sometimes feel uneven. You slow down, you pay attention to your steps. For a moment, your body becomes aware of the space around you. Sociologists of architecture often say something interesting. Space is not only something we see, it is something we experience with our bodies. And the crazy house does exactly that. It turns the visitor into part of the experience.